know, it's about time. Seriously. It's about time that somebody finally started listening and paying attention and got some DBs around here. It's about time we got some DBs around here. What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic, and today we're going to talk some football, Houston Texans football. Today we're going to talk about this no-fly zone that the Houston Texans potentially had. I know I did a video earlier in the offseason after the draft talking about a no-fly zone, but that was more so in the future. But it seems like it. I seen the flashes. I know it's just week one. I understand it was just week one. It's just one game. But I seen the flashes of a no-fly zone. There was some good things on Sunday. So we're going to break it down, this potential no-fly zone that might be here this year. Because like I said, it was some flashes on Sunday. We're going to break it down. Before we do that, like I've been telling y'all before, if you're liking the content, make sure you're liking the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you comment on all the videos. Make sure you're sharing all the videos on all social media platforms. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat. Any type of social media platform you use, make sure you're sharing them on the same social media platforms. Also, follow me on social media as well. The links in the description below. You ain't got no excuse. The links in the description below. Also, we giving away 30 days free at Amazon Prime. So if you missed the Chargers and Chiefs game last night, you're tripping. Because I told you, we giving away a free 30 days. The link is in the description. The free 30 days. You sign up to Amazon Prime, you get your first 30 days for free. So you won't be able to miss the next couple games. It's going to be on Amazon Prime on Thursday night. So you want to be on the lookout for this. So make sure you hit that link. You get your free 30 days. If you don't have Amazon Prime already, you have no excuse because the link is right there. Also, like I said, follow me on social media. Like I said, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, get the channel up growing and growing and growing. I really appreciate that. I really do. Now, let's talk about it because, like I said, on Sunday, there was some real good things I seen out of the defensive back. Some real good things. The secondary as a whole, as a collective, played, in my opinion, extremely well, and especially in different situations. I know that Matt Ryan threw for over 300 yards. I think he's either second or third in the league in passing, if I'm not mistaken, after week one. But some of that is because of how much they had the ball, because what little you did offensively, they had the ball and time of possession, also going to overtime as well. And then a lot of those passes that Matt Ryan was able to complete and get over, he was able to beat linebackers. The holes he found in the zone was because the linebackers lacked some coverage. But the DBs played well, from obviously Derek Stingley and Jalen Pitre, who you drafted, Desmond King covering the slot, Nelson on the opposite side, Jonathan Owens. Jonathan Owens probably, in my opinion, might have been the most impressive because of who he is. I mean, he doesn't come in with a lot of fanfare. He's not a veteran like Desmond King and Nelson. He's not the third overall pick like Stingley. He's not a second round pick and very high rated guy like Jalen Pitre. He's a guy who people didn't even know who was going to be the other safety. No one knows that, and up until this point, he's best known for being the fiance of Simone Biles. Like, that's his claim to fame. So he showed a lot just for even being out there to be the starter, and he gave you quality minutes. He was very impressive. He was impressive during the preseason, but he was very impressive Sunday against the Colts. And I think these DBs are actually gaining coverage. I mean, all the DBs, all of them made plays. I mean, if you just look at the numbers, Steven Nelson had five tackles for two pass deflections. Desmond King had 6 tackles and 2 pass deflections. Stingley had seven tackles and 1 pass deflection. And Jalen Pitre had 10 tackles, no pass deflections. But the hit that he put on Alec Pierce, yeah, I know he got flagged for it. And I mean, it was helmet to helmet. People out there arguing, talking about it wasn't helmet. Yeah, it was. It really was his helmet. I know he was moving his helmet down. Either he was moving his helmet down. He was trying not to, but helmet, connected helmet. It was, for letter of law, helmet to helmet. What can you do? Sometimes those situations you have to get those. Sometimes just because the way that the corner or the safety or the linebacker, whoever it is coming in for the tackle and the receiver is landing, you can't avoid it. You could try to they try to minimize the impact, but sometimes you just really can't avoid it because of the angles that people bent up, like the receiver when he's getting hit and things like that. That's the reason why he's not getting charged for target and anything like that. And he's not worth of getting suspended. I don't know if he ended up getting fined. I mean, I haven't seen the reports of him getting fined or not. But it was more so, yeah, he had to get flagged, but it was nothing too serious. But it did send a message. That's one thing I liked about it. It sent an absolute message that, hey, you come across this middle to try to catch a pass, we gonna give it to you. We gonna give it to you. We ain't backing down. Come across this middle if you want to. You gonna see what's gonna happen. So just that intensity alone, I like that. Like I like what Jalen Petrie is doing. Desmond King, there was a sequence. I don't know if y'all seen it. I put it on Instagram in my stories. If y'all don't, also if you follow me on Instagram, like I say, the links in the description below. Follow me on social media. But if y'all seen in my Instagram story the post of when it was 3 consecutive plays. 3 consecutive plays in the red zone that 3 different defensive backs made. Desmond King swatted the pass going into the end zone. Then the next one was Owen, the receiver about to catch a touchdown. Actually caught the ball, and Owens punches out. He does a Peanut Tillman punch, just punches straight out. Was probably, in my opinion, for the Texans part, was the play of the game on defense. But that was the best defensive play outside the pick. Outside of the Hughes pick, because that was a big momentum swing, and so that was a pick, it was a turnover. So outside of that, just the way he punched the ball up, because that would have been a touchdown. That would have been a touchdown, and instead of it being 20-6, it would have been 20-10. And who knows? Maybe it doesn't go to overtime. And the Colts win outright. And we're not sitting here with a tie. We're sitting there with a loss because old boy caught the touchdown, but Owens knocks it out, and then Alec Pierce runs a little route, and Stingley stays with him with probably perfect coverage. And when the ball comes in, swats it right out of there. Like, that was probably the best sequence of defensive back play that I've seen in the Houston Texans in a long time. Because you talking about 3 different defensive players. Like, it wasn't just, okay, Stingley made 3 good plays, or Petrie made 3 good plays, or Desmond King made 3 good plays. You had Desmond King, then Owens, then Stingley. Like, you had 3 different guys on 3 consecutive plays make crucial plays to cause the Colts to kick a field goal. Because, to be honest, if one of those guys don't make that play, the Colts have a touchdown. Like, there would have been a touchdown, especially the one that Owens made. That definitely would have been a touchdown. But if those guys don't make those plays, it's going to be a touchdown. It seriously was. And shout out to my boy Wise, because Wise was strictly, he was there Stingley all off season, all leading up to the draft. Get there Stingley. It was his favorite play in the draft process. His favorite play. He's a big LSU fan, so he was really happy that we got there Stingley. And I told him this during the game. Like I said, shout out to my boy Wise. I told him this during the game. Probably one of the most things I was most impressive with Derek Stingley was either in the first. I know it was in the first half. I don't remember if it was in the first or second quarter, but I know it was in the first half. Alec Pierce dropped a touchdown. He clearly dropped a touchdown. Stingley did not make a play on the ball. He literally dropped a touchdown. Stingley, old boy tried to catch it, dropped it, and Stingley, hit him, so he wouldn't be able to recover the ball, try to re-catch himself and be able to catch the pass. And Stingley just got up. Stingley didn't get up and didn't do nothing, because we seen people in Houston Texans pass drop pass or not, overthrown or not. They no fly zone. People who are hot butter garbage, like Vernon Hargraves, like Eric Murray, Lonnie Johnson, like those type of guys do all that showboating when they ain't did nothing, when they literally didn't do anything, when the receiver dropped the ball on their own merit, or the quarterback overthrew the ball. Like, it wasn't like a defensive play, because the sequence that I just said, the three consecutive plays, those guys if they would have got up and did no fly zone, they had the perfect right, because they actually made plays on the ball. But he did not make a play on the ball. But The guy he was guarding, the guy who was covering, dropped the pass, and he just got up and let's play some football here. So I was very proud about this. So I don't worry about somebody who doesn't do anything actually out there taking credit for something that they didn't do. So I was glad that he did that. Like I said, I told Wise, I said it's probably one of the most impressive things that he did. Because that shows me what type of character he has, what type of player he is, and we don't have to worry about somebody costing the team by showboating in crucial situations. So I was glad about that. But then Stingley made a play in overtime, like in the drive that the Colts got in overtime to kick like the missed field goal drive. Des McKean made a pass deflection, and that Nelson made one, and then I think Stingley. I don't think he got. He was able. He had tight coverage, and Matt Ryan had to throw the ball away. The only reason why they were able to convert the third down was because Kersey dropped out of coverage and went to the wrong zone, and Matt Ryan found the hole in the zone. So if he found the hole in the zone, able to get the first down. The Texan defense stopped them again. They tried to go for a field goal. Like I said, missed the field goal. Texans get the ball back. The problem with the defense is the zone. Like I said, the other day, I know Lovey likes to run zone. I know that's the Tampa 2 that I know he likes to do that. But you have a young defensive play. You have young defensive backs. Like I say, a young, inexperienced defensive back. Outside Des McKean and Nelson, you have young and inexperienced backs. You have two rookies in Stingley and Petrie, and then Owens. He's not a rookie, but he's played very little football from a starting standpoint. He's played either special teams or just been inactive on a practice squad. So he's played very little NFL game type football. So the fact that he's out there shows you exactly where he's coming from. But a lot of inexperience, and then your linebackers, obviously, like I said, you have no coverage linebacker. Our linebackers are horrible in coverage. So a quarterback like Matt Ryan can find the holes in the zone. Please do not run a lot of zone versus the Broncos and Russell Wilson. I'm about to call him Russell Wilson. I know he's a mobile quarterback. I know he likes to run around. And I know normally you don't want to play man coverage with a quarterback who could run, because you don't want your corners and the DB's back turned to the quarterback, because that's going to open up lanes for him. But he's going to be able to find the holes in the zone as well. And I think just strength on top of strength at this point. And your corners, that's their strength. All of them. All of them. Maybe not so much King. King might be better in zone than he is in man. I trust him in man, but I do think that he's more so of a zone corner. But I do trust him in man. But obviously, Petrie and definitely Darius Stingley, they're man corners, and to a certain degree, I think Nelson is better than man as well. So just let them have their strengths. And and like iron sharpens iron type situation. Hey, just go out there and strength versus strength. Don't try to do nothing cute. Don't try to do nothing very too exotic. Hey, the strength versus strength. Now the following week when you play against the Bears, you have a young, inexperienced quarterback in Fields who also can run. Zone will confuse him. You could confuse him in zone. You could confuse him. You could probably confuse Jalen Hurts when you play the Eagles later on this year. Probably when you play Trevor Lawrence as well. Some other quarterbacks, like I said, obviously know how we play Trey Lance, like the zone confusing. Like, so those younger guys, yeah, you can play zone against them. But when you're talking about the Wilsons, and you're talking about when you play Derek Carr later on this season, when you play Patrick Mahomes, when you playing some of these other quarterbacks, even Deshaun, when you play Deshaun later on the season, don't do that. Don't play that. Don't be very zone heavy, because you're going to put a detriment to your team. Now, like I say, when you play Matt Ryan again, like you need to play more man to stop them, because you start playing some of them zones, they're going to find them holes in them, they're going to find them cushions. So that's something that they definitely need to find a trade-off to, not to play so much zone. But like I say, but these DBs, they're definitely building up confidence. The way they played, and they got better throughout the game, more so than they got better again. So when Lovey sitting up and talking about the defense wasn't gas, I don't think he was speaking about the corners. I think he was mostly talking about the front seven. I know damn sure he was talking about them linebackers, He definitely was talking about them. I don't think he was talking about the secondary because the secondary played extremely well, really from start to finish. But they really played well when it counted. They really played well in their fourth quarter and overtime. They made plays. Only thing they didn't do was come up with a pick to seal the game. I know Petrie almost had one, but I think it was the way he was trying to catch it. It was the way he was trying to catch it. If he would just attack the ball instead of just trying to let it come to him, because that's what it was. He was trying to receive it kind of like a punt, and the receiver, because he tried to catch it, like it went over his hands, he kind of tipped it a little bit, so it knocked it off his trajectory a little bit. If it wasn't knocked off his trajectory, if he was just just standing right there and could have caught the pick, who knows what we have. Who knows? I think the Texans obviously win the game. So that's something that they need to do. They need to get like a game-saving, game-ending pick. That would have been better. But from the way they played, from showing the intensity, not backing down, when Petrie sent the message with the hit, all the pass deflections that they made. When you have multiple defensive backs make multiple pass deflections, you got a corner making two. You got you actually got two corners making two. You got one outside corner making two. You got your slot corner making two. You got the safety punching out balls in the end zone. You got your other cornerback making ones too. And they're doing it in crucial times. It's not just it's just a regular swat and on the 20. You're talking about three of them were in the end zone that stopped touchdowns. You're talking about one stopped a gain of a first down. Yeah, another one was stopping in overtime when they're trying to get in the field goal range. So they were doing them they were doing them in crucial times. So it shows that they're gaining confidence. Like I say, they're not complete yet. They're not a no-fly zone yet. But it's getting very close. Like, you see the flashes. And the more they play together, the more they be confident with each other, and the more they know, Stingley knows what Petrie's going to do. He kind of knows what Jonathan Owens is going to do, and he damn sure knows what Nelson's going to do opposite, and vice versa. They know what Stingley going to do. Petrie know what they going to do. Like they all know exactly how they going to move in that secondary together. So when in situations when this defense is really in a situation and it's forcing the team to pass, because if you think about the way the Colts came back, if you really think about the way the Colts came back, it wasn't through the pass. They got a turnover and got short field. Then the next drive, they ran the football really down the Texans' throat. Outside the touchdown that they threw to Michael Pittman, when they did gash us in the pass, it was on the linebackers. It wasn't on the secondary. It wasn't on the corners. It wasn't on the safeties. It wasn't on the DBs. When they gashed us in the air, it was on the linebackers. It was. So again, they played, in my opinion, a very, very good game. A very, very good game. And I'm encouraged to see exactly what they're going to be like going forward. Like I said, I finally feel like someone is listening and paying attention and getting some DB help. Do I think they probably deserve and get another defensive back? Like, would I love to get another defensive back via the draft or free agency, something like that? Absolutely. Oh, yeah, you can always upgrade talent. But the foundation is there. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't, comment below if you haven't, click that bell, get more videos. Holla.